There's a certain element of mystique and wit in Saltburn that makes it different from other British comedies. In a lot of ways, you enter a world full of over-the-top rich people who feel more like caricatures of the wealthy, yet also don't feel like that far from the truth, or at least what it could be like. For me, the best parts about this film are actually when we meet and follow these people. This is a story where we watch someone from a lower class meet someone who dazzles him, and at first I thought that this was going to be a love story like Call Me By Your Name, because from the first 30 minutes, you're led to believe that it's going to be a romantic drama between someone that is poor and lonely and someone that is rich and popular. But that's not what it turns out to be at all. As the veil slowly unravels, the film goes from being about someone falling in love to something more sinister and darker. Instead of seeing these wealthy people as obsessive, rich snobs who don't really care for anyone and who reek of elitism, it becomes a character analysis of someone who's more obsessed with being them and living how they do beyond measure. But how it does so is different and I guess just weird. While each of the rich family members are somewhat bizarre themselves or have a certain flavor to their lifestyles, it's really with the poor boy that we truly see this strange psychotic mind revealed. Slowly, one by one, he invades and divides the family by essentially playing dark, twisted mind games on each person. Initially, it doesn't look like some of the mind games he plays are really necessary or are particularly salient, and yes, they are over the top, but that's kind of the point because they speak volumes on how he clearly obsesses with wanting to take in every little thing about the family, from their scent to their bathwater to even how they bleed. Because by doing so, you are basically watching a parasite grow and infect the family more and more until he's riddled throughout each and every one of them. That's why this movie feels like the equivalent of Bong Joon-ho's Parasite, because it's like the British version of that. Instead of a whole family invading and slowly replacing another, you watch one boy break another family down one by one. By the end of the film, we see how everything has now transferred in ownership because the parasite has taken over its host. And I love that the ending song is also called Murder on the Dance Floor while we watch him dance the empty halls of the mansion he now owns. Not so subtly telling us that he has gotten away with literally murder on the floors that he now dances. But is Saltburn as good as Parasite or as any other psychological family drama? Probably not. It's a movie that entertains for me and that is comical and clever, and it's also alluringly dark and twisted, where on more than a few occasions I'm watching something that is clearly meant to make me feel strange and repulsed. And that's actually great because it's something different. Is it the brilliant satire of the British political class system that people want it to be, or perhaps thinks it is? Also, probably not. But it does have something to say about the psychotic nature of humans who fawn over what others have and are. And moreover, it is a brilliantly shot film that has so many frames that just look gorgeous in both color grading and lighting. The compositions of what you see in each shot are something truly impressive for a film that doesn't feel like it needs to be showing off the scenery to tell the story, but it does give a rich aesthetic that adds to the lavishness type of feeling. I don't know if I want to watch Saltburn again in its entirety, but there are moments and lines of dialogue that I'd love to replay again. This is the best kind of WTF movie to recommend because it will leave a lasting impression and one that might make you feel squirmish in the good kind of ways.
We thought you'd grow out of it, the throwing up.
I didn't know.
Well, exactly. Hasn't even helped. Complete waste of time. Honestly, but if she found the right boy, or girl, I don't care. Anything. I was a lesbian for a while, you know, but it was all just too wet for me in the end. Men are so lovely and dry.
I'm reading maths. I'm a genius. I don't even like maths, really. I can just do it in my head, anything. Ask me a song.
Nah, you're okay.
Come on.
It's not like I don't believe you.
Please, come on. No, I believe. Fucking ask me a song then!